We are in a bit of a hurry here, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know the planisphere can be endlessly fascinating, especially to newcomers such as yourself. Let's say there's a memory that Lord Set wishes to store. First he turns... You're in for a real treat. Not many get to witness this. Oh dear, that's not good. That's not good at all. Sorry, but I have to go check on something. The astronomer will explain.
6 stars refuse to answer my call, and the primary constellations remain incomplete. Their instability threatens the integrity of the entire planisphere. Unless returned, I fear all memories will be lost, even to the Clockwork God himself. The planisphere was created as an extension of Lord Set's consciousness. Connected, yet apart. An endless sky of divine knowledge, perfectly preserved. We must protect the planisphere at all costs. We must help the stars remember. Memories are fragile, easily broken, easily swayed. My powers of guidance and preservation are not so easily replicated. The cultists seek to control, but only corrupt. I must stay here to keep the constellations stable. It is up to you. Go to the calibration guides located upon the platforms which surround us. Use them to guide the missing stars back to their rightful place in the sky. My apprentice will show you how. I see questions are burning within you. Ask, and I may answer. They seek to control the planisphere, and believe these stars will help them with that task. The corruption is merely a result of trying to view the memory without my aid. Clockwork City was created by a god of reason. Here, knowledge is power. To control the planisphere would be to control the omni-axle, the center of the wheel. The means to change the very reality we know. A dangerous power. I am the astronomer, keeper of the stars. A wheel that ever turns. It goes beyond my own mere flesh. Soon, my apprentice will receive this title, and I will take my final step upon this path. I have upheld this divine task for millennia. My devotion may be unwavering, but my flesh is not. I must give this duty to another before my power fades. Only then will I allow myself to finally rest. Do not let her cheerful demeanor fool you. Her magic is strong, and her connection to the stars is uncommonly clear. Within her, I have found the successor I've searched centuries to find. And she takes great pride in that. My apprentice is an oddity among our order, yet refuses to change. A stubbornness that will serve her well, or perhaps be her undoing. We shall see. I know her devotion to be unwavering, for the planisphere would cease to be without an astronomer to guide it. I only have so much power left within me. She will do what is best for her god and her people. In that, I have faith.
I'll stand beside you, my friend, till the end.
The planisphere is ours!
Here they are. Let me just scoop them up. And now, watch this! Oh, right. They don't know where to go. If you can point out where they're supposed to be on the calibration guide, we can send them on their way. The stars have forgotten where they belong. Use the calibration guides on the floor to show them where to go. The matching constellation on the planisphere sky will show you the way. In the meantime, I'll continue to keep the stars stable. This is a rather tricky process. The stars are fragile things, easily overwritten by stray thoughts and memories. All my concentration is needed to keep my mind clear. The astronomer's much better at this than I am, but I'm what you have. He has to concentrate on keeping the planisphere's constellations stable. They're susceptible to breaking apart again in their incomplete state. Not only that, but I'd rather keep him from any strenuous activity. Wouldn't want him to break a hip. Try to think of where the stars in the constellations aren't, not where they are. That's where you'll want to direct the corrupted stars to. Now, the Star Scooper kept a record of what was inside those stars. Let's have a look, shall we? A fragment in memory of Lord Set speaking to someone. This must have been what the cultists were looking for.
Stewardship of my memories carries a high price, Olvas. One that you must pay willingly.
Wait, was that the astronomer? He was so young! And with hair! Not half bad looking either. The stars have forgotten where they belong. Easy to overwrite memories with your own.
Of course, my lord, but will it hurt?
You will not remember.
That doesn't sound very good. What happened in this memory? good team.
So be it. I'll leave you the knowledge of this spell to bestow upon your successor when the time comes.
Maybe the cultists want to learn how to perform the spell. We've collected all the memory fragments we need. Let's head back to the Planisphere Center so we can watch the whole thing. Now that we've returned the stars and recovered the memory fragments, the astronomer can use the nemograph here to play the full memory back. I'm rather curious about its contents. We need to be able to reform memories at a moment's notice. After all, apostles often travel from the Brass Fortress to research Lord Set's thoughts. This nemograph translates the starlight into a visual form. I just know it's him. It looks like he's receiving some sort of boon from Lord Set. But I don't understand why that would be important to the cultists. I doubt you can easily replicate the powers of a god, even with the memory of the spell.
Stewardship of my memories carries a high price, all of us. One that you must pay willingly.
I understand. I'd sacrifice anything to serve you, my lord. Even my memory.
Wait, the
So be
sacrifice
it.
is his
I'll
memory?
leave you the knowledge of this spell to bestow upon your successor when the time comes.
Of course, my lord, but will it hurt?
You will not remember.
No, it can't be!
Now you know the truth. It is time.
You never told me of this sacrifice. My life, yes, I'll give it. But my mind, my whole being...
Speak with her.
I know my duty. My whole life has been devoted to this path laid before me. I know the risks. The repercussions to the Planisphere should I refuse. The repercussions to my god. Why then? Why am I so scared? Manipulating the stars requires severe concentration. They're easily corrupted by stray thoughts, rendering them useless. Not having a memory must help ease that burden. The excitement of becoming an apostle, my frustration when so many doubted me, how nervous I was for my first kiss. To give it all away, I would lose more than my memories. I would lose myself. I know the astronomer's power is fading. I feel it. He needs to transfer his power, and soon. If he dies before another apprentice could be found... The Planisphere needs me. My god needs me. Can I really be so selfish? I've always been a Millie. Good for a joke, here for a laugh. Surely that's my purpose in life. I can best serve Lord Set by bringing both joy and discovery. I've made my choice. Will you stand with me as I tell the astronomer? You make me feel brave. I'm sorry, astronomer. I just can't do it. I just can't give up who I am. I can better serve Lord Set as myself, and I'll find someone to take my place, I swear it. Someone willing.
So be it. You have made your choice, Apostle. And now you will bear the consequence. You will be shunned from our order, cast out until the time which you can undo the wrong you have begot upon your people, until you have brought me my successor.
I'll do it. I'll accept this fate.
May Sothasil watch over your path, for I can no longer guide you. What is it that you want? I have maintained this position for over a millennium. It is my sole purpose, the path given to me by the divine metronome. I have no regrets. I thank you for your efforts. A reward is common for these situations, yes? Here you are. I must attend to the planisphere. I have much to prepare, and for the first time within my memory, I feel the weight of my hours. Still, you have done much for these sacred halls. What is it that you wish to ask? The cultists corrupted many mnemonic receptacles in their search for information. It will take time to restore these memories and guide them to their place in the sky. They are of little concern to me. Once the stars are guided, I shall focus my energies on expelling them from the planisphere. Until then, my power will be sufficient to keep them at bay.
so kind as to insert it into my forehead ridge?
You've returned in one piece! How gleaming! In your absence, I've set up a framework to contain the factotum while we assemble its parts. I'll have you do the honors. Of installing the integral of memory. You heard the head? Insert the crystal into its forehead ridge. And don't worry, you won't break it. Sotha Seal builds his creations to last.
The purpose is thrust to the left, please. Your left, not mine. Reflecting. Oh, I feel positively spring-loaded now. What a kind, generous apostle you are, which I recall is rather strange. Reflecting. I've come to the conclusion that I am. I have no memory stored of any of my kind who are older, so I conclude that I must be the first. How gleaming. I cannot recall my name, but you may call me Precursor. Of course. Let me check my integral of memory. Should be right. Great Sotha Seal in the sanctum! Someone's tampered with my crystalline memory matrix. But wait, something's burned in here. I seem to have left a note for myself. Ahem. Salutations, me. By now you must be wondering what happened to our memory. Dark forces have conspired to corrupt our knowledge of the world. But do not fear. I, the past you, have stored our memory in our other parts. A circumstance I have not accounted for. This is me now, not the message. I recall that my design includes both Dwemer and Clockwork parts. I also recall my blueprint, so I can guide my assembly once you find my parts. So the seal guide you, Apostle. I don't quite understand. I function only to know my Lord Sotha Seal and his apostles. You are not my lord, and thus you must be an apostle. Simple. Do you have an inquiry, or perhaps a task for me, Apostle?
Astounding! The first factotum Sotha Seal created! We simply must complete construction now. The more memory it recalls, the further my research can develop. Council seat, here I come! The Precursor mentioned he was made of Clockwork and Dwemer parts. I'd keep an eye out for the former as you travel around Clockwork City, and search Dwemer ruins out in Tamriel for the latter. And of course, I have your reward as promised.
Apostle, I have remembered something. Come quickly before it rusts. I feel chills down my spine. Literally. I haven't experienced a chill like this since Lord Set took me to Windhelm. Lord Sotha Seal deemed it uncouth to give my parts eyes, but each has a wide array of sensors. I can orient myself on Nirn by the air's smell and the earth's feel. Why, my pelvis even has gustatory sensors. I suspect that's Lord Vivek's contribution. I mean, of course, I have no proof that he had a part in my creation, but I like to think so. My dramatic flair, my poetic soul, it helps set me apart from the rest of my siblings. To sense, to touch, to feel, what gifts I have been given.